Robert Clark says, "What people have forgotten is what every salmon knows." Salmon have much to teach us about the art of facing things. In swimming up waterfalls, these remarkable creatures seem to defy gravity. It is an amazing thing to behold. A closer look reveals a wisdom for all beings who want to thrive. What the salmon somehow know is how to turn their underside from center to tail into the powerful current coming at them, which hits them squarely, and the impact then launches them out and farther up the waterfall, to which their reaction is, again, to turn their underside back into the powerful current that, of course, again hits them squarely. And this successive impact launches them farther out and up the waterfall. Their leaning into what they face bounces them farther and further along their unlikely journey. From a distance, it seems magical, as if these mighty fish are flying, conquering their element. In actuality, they are deeply at one with their element, vibrantly and thoroughly engaged in a compelling dance of turning toward and being hit squarely that moves them through water and air to the very source of their nature. In terms useful to the life of our spirit, the salmon are constantly faithful in exposing their underside to the current coming at them. Mysteriously, it is the physics of this courage that enables them to move through life as they know it so directly. We can learn from this very active paradox, for we too must be as faithful to living in the open if we are to stay real in the face of our daily experience. In order not to be swept away by what the days bring, we too must find a way to lean into the forces that hit us so squarely. The salmon offer us a way to face truth without shutting down. They show us how leaning into our experience, though we don't like the hit, moves us on. Time and again, though we'd rather turn away, it is the impact of being revealed through our willingness to be vulnerable that enables us to experience both mystery and grace. So this practice I called, with the help of Mark Nemo, the art of facing things. So I invite you to lean into the practice today in whatever way you can best lean in. We have been hit squarely without no choice, right? We're all hit squarely. So let's try leaning into the practice today. Remember, I'll always show you modifications so you can do the practice or just breathe along with us, okay? All good if you're just tuning in. Hey, Barbie. Kathleen, nice to see you this morning. And Mary, hi. All good. Kathy, Mikey Hecht, hi. Very good. Okay, so please we'll start. Find a comfortable seat. I've got a new setup. Hopefully you can see my feet a little better with this setup. I will try to, there you go. So you'll be able to see most of my body now in this setup. If you can't hear me, let me know. I will use my stage voice. Good morning, Dan. Okay, so find a comfortable seat. You can sit cross-legged. You can prop your hips up to gain height if you need to, right? Sitting up higher gives a little less pressure on the hips. So if you're tight in the hips, elevate with a pillow or blocks if you have yoga blocks. Okay? And then just go ahead, roll your shoulders up to your ears as you inhale. Exhale, just let a long sigh out and breathe. Do that again. Roll your shoulders all the way up. As you exhale, let the shoulders just soften all the way down. Let gravity have you. Do that 2 more times, rolling the shoulders up on an inhale. And then as you exhale, just letting gravity have you. Good morning, Sharon. So let's just connect to your awareness here. So just connecting, how do you feel? How does your body feel? We're going to just start by connecting with the breath. So just bring your attention to your next breath in through your nose and your next breath out through your nose. I invite you this morning to wear your breath. Just wherever it is, wherever it feels, wherever it travels, whatever arises through your breath. See if you can wear your breath this morning and lean into breathing. We want to establish a calm, smooth breath. In through the nose and out through the nose. Good morning, Jack. Just commit to breathing and engaging and fully leaning into whatever may arise during this practice. Take 3 more inhales and 3 more exhales. When you're finished, go ahead, join your hands at your heart. And if there is an intention for your practice, please set it now. If you don't have an intention, it's okay. One more breath. Let's begin. We're going to start standing at the top of your mat this morning. So if you have blocks, you practice with blocks on your mat. I always put them at the highest height this way. This is the lowest height, right? This is the second height, and this is like the tower height. So you can put those at the front of your mat. I usually always put mine the highest height, okay? All right, so coming into mountain pose Tadasana. You come to the front of your mat. I'll be at the back of my mat so you can see. And arrange your feet so they're directly under your hips, toes face forward. With an inhale, just lift the arms all the way up over the head. As you exhale, I want you to slightly bend your knees and just fold forward, nice and slow. When you arrive there, bring your hands to your shins, lengthen your spine forward, and then as you exhale, fold over your legs. Again, rise all the way up. Ground down from hips into feet. As you exhale, go ahead. Fold forward, keeping your hips over your heels all the way down. Fold in. And then hands to shins. Lengthen the spine forward. And then fold into yourself. 2 more times, just like that. Inhale. Reach all the way up. Take up space. Get long. As you exhale, reach your heart forward and fold in. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Try not to lock the knees. When you arrive there, hands to the shins, lengthen the heart forward, and then exhale, fold into your legs. 1 more time, sweeping up on your inhale, taking up, let a space, reach all the way up through your fingertips. As you're ready to exhale, fold forward, and then lift halfway up. Exhale, fold. Good. From that fold there, go ahead, walk your hands out. Walk your feet back to downward facing dog. That upside down inverted V. Hands are nice and wide and firmly pressing into all 10 fingers. Gaze back at your feet. See if you can lift your toes and spread your toes just as much as you're spreading your fingers. And then you can walk the heels out here. Just walk it out. Getting some nice extension through the back of your legs. Just allowing your head to hang. You might want to do a little yes or no with your head or figure 8 so you relax through the neck. Just a couple more breaths there in your downward facing dog. Remember to wear your breath and notice where your breath is. Notice where you might want to direct your breath into areas that are a little sticky or a little tight. Lean into those spots that are sticky and tight. Breathe there. Good. Come forward into high push-up position, into your plank position. Press the hands down. Press the toes down. Move your heart forward. As you exhale, pull the low belly in, lift the hips high, downward facing dog. Again, slide forward to plank. So you want to be in a straight line from crown of head to the heels. Hold and breathe. At any point, if you need to lower your knees, but avoid lowering your hips, okay? Exhale, pull the low belly in, lift the hips high. 2 more times, just like that. Inhaling forward to plank. Wear the inhale all the way there. Pause and breathe. Notice where gravity starts to pull your body down and see if you can lift it away from gravity. Resist the pull of gravity here to strengthen the core. 1 more inhale. And as you exhale, gather the strength of the low abdomen and lift your hips all the way up to downward facing dog. 1 more time, please. Come forward into your high push-up position. If gravity starts to pull the pelvis down or the thighs down, you resist and lift up. Take 1 more full breath there. As you exhale, gather the strength of your abdomen and lift the hips up high. Downward facing dog. Good. Walk your feet to your hands. Feet under your hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise all the way up again to standing. And bring your hands down and around to your heart. Okay? You'll be standing. Pause. Breathe. Feel. Again, wear your breath. Just feel your breath coming in and out. Just from doing that little amount of plank to downward facing dog. We're going to move into a full sun salutation. Before we do that, I want to just explain one thing. When I say shoulders on the back, if shoulders come off the back, you're rounded like this. See, the shoulder blades are coming off of the back and coming forward. It's that hunched over look. When I say shoulders on the back, you want to pull the upper arm bones back. It's as if your collarbones are spreading back and you're opening. The heart is lifting. So when we move into chaturangas, which is lowering down from high plank, we want to have the shoulders on the back. So if you're here in plank and you melt your heart down, you'll feel the shoulders move on the back. If you just lower down and your shoulders fold down, you're going to possibly risk a repetitive stress injury, okay? So shoulders on the back, collarbones spreading. Whenever I say that, that's what I want you to feel and see if you can do your best working at that. Okay. Full sun salutation A. Surya Namaskara A. Whew, good morning. Inhale, rise up, lift up. Exhale, fold over your legs all the way. Once you arrive there, halfway lift, hands to shins. As you exhale, hands down, feet back to high push-up position. Knees up or down. Wear your shoulders on your back. Take an inhale, move forward. As you exhale, collarbones spread, shoulders on the back, lower all the way down. Once you arrive, uncurl your toes. And then draw your heart forward for low cobra. Slide your armpits down towards your grounding pelvis. Exhale, lower down. Take another inhale. Get your shoulders on the back. Press yourself back up to knees, to plank, to downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, feet to your hands. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up again. Deep breath in. Exhale, fold over your legs. Halfway lift. Hands down, step one leg back, then the other leg back to high plank position. Melt your heart, feel your shoulders on your back. Exhale, lower down. You can lower the knees first. Once you arrive down there, uncurl your toes, lift your heart, feel your shoulders on your back, open the collarbones. Exhale, lower down. Take another inhale. As you exhale, press yourself back up, knees, plank, downward facing dog. One more time. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Bring your feet to your hands. Once they're there, inhale. Lengthen the spine. Halfway lift. Exhale. Fold into your legs. from there, hands down, step your feet back, high plank position. Knees up or down. Where your shoulders on your back. Take an exhale, lower yourself down. Open the heart with a low cobra. Feel your shoulders roll onto the back. Exhale, lower down. Take a deep inhale. Press the earth away. Press yourself back up to plank. And then downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, let's take your right leg and step it forward into a lunge. Step it forward. This is a great place if you want to use blocks for support. You can use blocks for support here. I like to do that. That way I'm not just collapsing onto my front thigh. Pull your heart forward. Pull the arm bones back. As you inhale, gently tap the knee down. As you exhale, lift up. Pull your heart up and forward. Good. Go ahead, keep doing that. Tapping down as you inhale. Exhale, lifting up. 3 more times. Tapping down as you inhale. Lifting up as you exhale. 2 more. Feel your shoulders on your back. Feel your heart opening. Lean into this. Good. So from there, you've got your right foot forward. You can either switch and jump, or you can just step back to downward facing dog with your hands on the ground, and then bring your left foot forward. Same procedure, second side. So left foot is forward in a lunge. Feel the shoulders on the back. Open up. Good. As you inhale, tap the back knee down. As you exhale, lift it up. Open the heart. Good. Again, as you inhale, tap the back knee down gently. As you exhale, lift it up. 3 more rounds, just like that. You follow the pace of your breath. Lean into your breath. Lean into what's opening. Lean into what's sticky. Good. So after you're done with your last one, go ahead, step your back foot forward into standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Bend your knees and clasp your hands behind your back. Go ahead, good time to look at your toes here. Spread your toes. And as you fold over, reach the knuckles up and back and over your head. Without any aggression here. Just rinse the shoulders. Again, let your head and neck be relaxed. Relax through your face. Marlene, good morning. That's it. Relax through your face. Again, if you've tuned in and you're not practicing, just breathe along with us. That's a practice in itself. Just breathing. Take 2 more breaths just in this forward fold with your hands clasped. Let the head go. Rinse the shoulders. If you want to move side to side, if that feels good, you can go ahead and do that. Good. Release your hands. Let them come down to the mat. Go ahead, walk back into downward facing dog like we did before. Come forward into plank pose. Melt the heart where your shoulders are on your back and lower yourself all the way to the earth. Once you arrive there, you're on your belly. Interlace your hands behind your back. So you're in locust pose here. Interlace. Reach the knuckles to the heels. Feel how the collarbones spread open here. Breathe. Root the tail vigorously. Exhale, lower down. Good. Release your hands. Place your hands underneath your shoulders. Broaden the collarbones. Press yourself back up to plank. And then to downward facing dog. Let's go ahead. Lower the knees to your mat. Knees nice and wide. Big toes touch behind you. Slide your hips back to your heels for child's pose. And then rest your forehead down on the mat. If it doesn't reach the mat, just use a block or a pillow. Wear your breath right here. Wear your breath. Breathe deeply into your breath. Lean into the inhale. Release, exhale. Deep, deep breathing. You got it. 2 more breaths right there in child's pose. After your next breath, go ahead, lift your torso up, off. Go ahead, set your hands, parallel your legs, curl your toes. Use the strength of your low abdomen to gather the hips and lift up high. Nice and high. Just take 3 breaths right here in downward facing dog. Just breathe here. Lean into your breath. From downward facing dog, you're going to step your right foot forward again. So step it forward. If you need to help it, you help it forward. Okay? Arrange the knee so it's over the heel. You see that knee over the heel. Pull your heart forward and then use your lower abdominals to rise up. And then inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Pull your leg bones in towards each other. Make that back leg straighter than it's ever been. Now breathe. Feel the strength of the front quadricep. Feel the strength of the back hamstring. And feel the strength of the breath rise the spine out of the hips, right up through the fingertips. You got it. Breathe deeply right here. Back leg as straight as it's ever been. Maybe you're descending the front thigh bone. Good. And move your outer right hip point, your outer right hip and your right sitting bone towards your inner left thigh. Pull your legs together and build that energy all the way up. One more breath. From there, exhale, bring your hands down. Step back to downward facing dog. Come forward into high plank. Melt your heart where your shoulders on your back. Lower yourself all the way down. Lift the heart. This time, if you want to pull the upper arm bones back a little bit more, press the tops of the feet, straighten the arms into upward facing dog. That's always an option. Then downward facing dog. Breathe. Wear your breath. Good morning, Carl. Hi, Amy. Cindy, my goodness. Nice to see everyone. Okay, from there, left foot steps forward. Same procedure, second side. Left foot steps forward. Arrange the knee so it's over the heel. Back leg super straight and use the power of your low abdominals to rise up. And then lift up strong and straight. This back knee, this back leg, press it. Make it as straight as it's ever been. Breathe. Wear your breath right here. And lean into the parts that might be a little challenged here. That might be a little shaky, that might need a little bit more strength, right? We're leaning into usually what we want to resist. If we feel a little uncertain and shaky, we want to back out of it. This is where we're going to lean into it. Breathe into it. Back leg super straight. Take 2 more breaths. Grow the side body right up to the fingertips. Take up a lot of space. One more big inhale. As you exhale, bring your hands down to frame your front foot. Good. Step your front foot back to downward facing dog. Inhale forward to that high push-up position, knees up or down. Melt the heart so the shoulders are on the back, so as you lower down, you're not rounding the shoulders all the way down to the earth. Inhale, you can do low cobra, just a little lift, or you can straighten the arms. Press the tops of the feet and lift the leg bones up off the mat. So the only thing touching the mat are your hands and tops of your feet. And then roll back over to downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Good. From there, go ahead, walk your feet to your hands again. Halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, fold. Rise up to standing. And then circle your hands down and around to prayer position. Just standing in mountain pose, Tadasana. Pause and breathe. Feel the collarbones broaden. Soften all the skin and the muscles surrounding your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your ears. Close your eyes or gaze down the tip of your nose and breathe. Two more breaths. Maybe returning to that intention. Or maybe just returning to watching and following your breath in and your breath out. Good. From standing mountain pose, go ahead, let the big toes touch. Heels are just slightly apart, right? So feet are parallel. You're going to sit your hips back and down into chair pose, Utkatasana. Okay? In chair pose, most of the weight is on your heels. This is another time where the arm bones want to come forward. I want you to feel your shoulders move onto your back here, right? So if you're in cactus, if that's how you feel your shoulders more on your back, is in cactus pose, do that. If you can bring your hands to prayer and keep pulling the upper arm bones back so the collarbones broaden. Good. From there, we're going to do a little balancing move here. I'm going to put my arms in cactus. I'm going to inhale, lift both heels. As I exhale, I'm going to lower the heels and lift the arms. So as I inhale, I'm going to bring my arms to cactus, lift the heels. As I exhale, I'm going to drop the heels and lift the arms. You might want to do this one heel at a time. You might not want to do it at all. Lean into whatever you want to do and keep going, right? So inhale, lift the heels, cactus arms. As you drop the heels, the arms extend, and you exhale. Again, inhale, cactus arms, lift the heels, or one heel at a time. Good. As you exhale, drop the heels, lift the arms. Can you do 3 more? I know you can. 3 more. It's okay if you're shaking. You might be teetering, tottering, maybe, falling over. So what? Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, I want you to hold the heels up, one heel or both heels, your choice. Get your shoulders on your back. Feel your legs pulling in. It's okay if you rock back and forth. Keep negotiating how you can stay. Take one more breath. Exhale, fold over your legs. Woo, good. Good. Lean into your breath. It might have increased a little bit more here. Good. From there, go ahead, walk your hands forward, step your feet back, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Lift the hips high as you ground from the inner arms right down into the triad of the hand. You got it. Hey, Jennifer. Hi, Lori. Okay. Take one more breath in downward facing dog. Good. Step your right foot forward in between your hands. Look at your back foot. Roll your back heel down. Good. Pull your heart forward. Get your shoulders on your back and windmill your arms up to warrior 2. Right foot forward. Warrior 2. Okay? So warrior 2, some people do it right here. I want to challenge you to see how you can feel the hip opening, feel the strength of the legs, and keep inviting the right sitting bone and the right hip to drop as you pull the back leg in. And then extend from your heart out through your fingertips. 5 breaths dynamically. Inhale, straighten both legs, pull your inner thighs together, hands meet over your head. Exhale, back to warrior 2. Get down in your hips. Again, inhale up. Exhale, get in your hips. 3 more. Inhale, arms up, palms meet, legs straighten. Exhale, back to warrior 2. 2 more. Inhale, pull the inner legs in. Exhale, reach out through your edges. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Windmill your arms. You can either switch jump or you can just step back and switch to your left foot downward facing, or left foot lunge, right, to second side. So look at the back heel, lower it down, roll your arms up, warrior 2, second side. So you'll be on your left foot. Now get into your hips. Get down into your hips, pulling the energy of the legs into the midline and extending out through your edges. Inhale, straighten the front leg, palms meet. Exhale, get into your hips, lean into it. 4 more. Inhaling, palms meet. Exhale, get down into your hips. 3 more, your own pace. Morning, Tracy, Julie, Terry. See, my heart rate's already up there, so move as you move with your breath, honoring your breath, and lean into your breath. Wear your breath. So after your 5th one, go ahead, bring both hands down to frame your front foot, and step your front foot back, downward facing dog. You can flow into your high plank if you like, or you can just go to child's pose. Melt your heart, and as you lower down, you go all the way or part way. You could do cobra or upward facing dog, and then lifting the hips high, downward facing dog. Or child's pose, 5 breaths right here. So you can have your hips high, or you can do a combination of both. Keep that breath active. Good, so coming down, you can take a peek up at the screen. I'm going to show you a couple of variations. We're going to move into a side plank. So we're going to move in from downward facing dog. So I'll show you a couple variations here. If you already know your side plank, you can go ahead from downward facing dog. Bring your feet together. Bring your right hand to the center of the mat. Arrange your shoulder over your wrist and then roll onto the edges of your feet. Now, if this doesn't work for you, same thing, from down dog, you bring your right hand to the center of the mat. You bring both knees down. You kick the right shin out, and then you extend the left foot back on the edge of the foot. And you lift up. That's the variation of side plank. Either one. You're going to take 5 breaths once you're there. So if you've already been there, you're probably always close to 5 breaths, but see if you can keep inviting the right side body to lift up even more. Legs squeeze together. That's it. Reach up through your fingertips. 1 more breath, and then bring the hand down. So either down to your knees, or you're down to downward facing dog. Same thing, bring your left hand to the center of the mat. Arrange your shoulder so it's over your wrists. Either bring both knees down and kickstand out the left shin and straighten the right leg. Do the modification, or do the traditional stacking. You got it. Breathe now. Breathe, 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 breathe. Right? Left side body is strong, resisting the gravity. Lean into this. You might be shaking. If you feel any pressure on your shoulder, drop your knees. Do not risk injury. Good morning, Heidi. 1 more breath, and then bring the hands down, and take a child's pose. Knees wide, big toes touch, slide your hips back, rest your forehead onto the mat, and wear your breath. Feel it. Lean into whatever you're feeling right now, whether it's a physical feeling, an emotional feeling, feeling of accomplishment, a feeling of curiosity. Maybe you're just breathing with us. Take 3 more breaths. 3 more deep breaths in and long breaths out. Lean into your breathing. Let's come back up to downward facing dog. Hips are high, nice strong hands, nice straight arms. You're going to step your right foot forward again. So right foot forward. You're going to bring your back heel down again. I like to use blocks here. So I'm bringing a block to the inside of my front ankle. Some of you may not need the block. You can come to your fingertips. You can take the block at any height, low, medium, or high. I'll start with the high. Good. And connect the inner leg with the outer arm. Good. Now, move your inner thighs back. Move your hips back. Move your heart forward and roll open and lift that left arm up. Extended side angle pose. It's like you're trying to broaden your sitting bones here. So move your thighs back towards the back plane of your body, behind you. That's it. Extended side angle pose, right? Roll your right ribs underneath. Roll your right rib up to meet your left. Lift your left lung up to your fingers. Extended side angle pose. If you'd like to reach the top arm over the ear and look up through the inner arm to the fingertips, that's an option. If you want a little bit more challenge, you can reach the bottom arm forward towards me or forward towards your head. Breathe into the strength of your legs. One more breath. Move your inner thighs back. And then go ahead, release down. Bring your hands to frame your foot. Again, you can switch jump if you like, or you can just step back to downward facing dog, and then bring the left foot forward into second side, right? So this time your left foot is forward. You can also do this with the back knee down, right? There's always modifications, so you can do it with the back knee down. You don't even have to have the back leg up if you don't like, right? But pull your thigh bones, inner thighs back, and then roll open, reaching up. Okay, wherever you are, with block, without a block, right? Roll your left waist and your left lung underneath. Lift the right lung, open through the collarbone, spread. You can decide where you put your arms, where they stay, or where they journey to. Lean into something new maybe here. Lean into an arm variation or a knee down. That's it. Good morning, Anita. Good. Take a deep breath. Come on, breathe in. Inner thighs move back toward behind you. And open, reach through your edges. Take one more breath. And then bring your hands to frame your front foot. Again, step your front foot back to downward facing dog. You can go ahead and take a flow here, or you can rest in child's pose or stay in down dog. The flow means you come forward to high push-up position. Melt the heart so shoulders can go on the back. Lower yourself down. You take your variation of cobra or straighten the arms to upward facing dog. And then come back to downward facing dog. Good morning, Lauren. That's it. So again, if you're just tuning in and breathing with us, that's your practice for today. You might be watching from your bed. You know, so many people wanted to have a home practice. Now you have a home practice. They've asked me so many times, how do I start a home practice? You've started it, right? First, you just tune in and breathe. Okay, wherever you're at here, we're going to meet in downward facing dog. I'd like you to lift your right leg up, hip height. I'd like you to bend your right knee and feel your inner right thigh lengthen up to your inner right knee. Press both hands down equally so you're not shifting to one side. So hands pressed down evenly, and feel that inner right thigh lift up to the inner knee up and open that right hip. Good. From there, go ahead, come back to square hip and step your right foot forward in between your hands. This time, go ahead, anchor your back heel down, and we're going to move into Trikonasana, triangle pose from the ground. So you can bring your right hand to the inside with a block again if you like. Or you can bring your fingertips to your ankle. Straighten the front leg. Move your inner thighs back. And then roll open. Right? Shoulders on the back. So it's not this. It's opening, right? pull your feet towards each other, heels drag towards each other, and move your inner thighs back. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Extend through your edges. Think that you have 5 edges. Your 2 feet, your 2 hands, and out through the crown of your head. Extension. Pull your legs together, breathe. That's it. Inner thighs move back. Heart is wide open. One more breath. Good, from triangle pose. Again, bring your hands down to frame your front foot. You can jump switch like we've been doing, or you can just step back into downward facing dog. And then left foot forward. Into the lunge. So we're going to move into triangle pose from the ground. The back heel anchors, right? Some of you might be using a block or no block. It's all good wherever you are doing. Straighten the front leg. Move the inner thighs behind you. Roll open. Extend equally through both sides best you can. And reach through your edges. Shoulders on the back so the collarbones are broad. Enjoy this. Lean into this extension of breath and strength and opening. Good morning, Michael. Hi, Ellen. You got it. Take 2 more breaths. Breathe deep. One more breath. Good. Bend your front knee, bring your hands down to frame your front foot, step back to downward facing dog. Again, you can go ahead and flow through to high plank if you like. You can stay in down dog if you like, or you can lower the hips down to child's pose. Lean into what your body is telling you to lean into. Breathe deep. Wherever you are, we're going to come to hands and knees. Hands and knees. Okay? So wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath your sitting bones. I want you to lift your right leg straight back. Melt the heart down. These are chaturanga push-ups with a variation. So melt your heart down. Good. Take an inhale. Lower yourself. Move your heart forward. Exhale. Press back up. Again. Inhale. Lower down. Exhale. Press back up. Try to keep your shoulders on your back. Your collarbones broad. You're going to do 3 more. You got it. If you're shaking, good. Like this is the transformation. Right? You're leaning into this. Might be getting hit with this shaking and the hit, right? You just keep going. Good. After your 5th one, bring your leg back down. Take a breather in child's pose. Take a moment. Child's pose. We have the whole other leg and other side. Breathe deep. You got it. All right, that's enough. Come back to all 4s again, aligning shoulders over wrists, knees under sitting bones, left leg straight out. Melt the heart, so you're not rounding the shoulders. Melt the heart, pull the heart forward. Good. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, press up. Inhale, lower down. Keep lifting the upper arm bones away from gravity. You're going to do a total of 5. Or as close to 5 as you can. That's it. You got it. Very good. All right, once you've done your 5, go ahead, bring your leg down, lift your hips back up, downward facing dog. Move your feet to your hands. Lift halfway up, exhale, fold, rise all the way up to standing. Let your hands come down to your heart. Pause, feel, and breathe. Okay. From there, go ahead, bring your hands to your hips. Lift your right leg. I don't know when I do it if you are opposite me, so this is a new challenge teaching virtually. So lift your right leg. I have my right leg, okay? And then bend your left leg just slightly. Bend your left leg just slightly. Good. Arms out. Roll your fingers up. Good. And I just want you to take your right elbow under your left elbow. Right elbow under your left elbow. So we're not binding the legs yet. We're just binding the arms. Now this is where the shoulders want to roll off the back. You push the shoulders onto the back. So you're inviting the shoulders to support the heart, right? So it's not just rounding like this. We're pulling the shoulders on the back. The right leg is lifted. Good. As you inhale, go ahead. Release the arms, fly out. And then exhale, bring your hands and feet back down to the earth and to your chest, to your heart. Second side. You're going to lift the left leg up, slightly bend the left leg, the left knee. Arms out. Roll your palms up. Good. Bring your left elbow underneath your right. You might have your hands on your shoulders here. You might have your fingers towards the ceiling. You might bind the hands. Roll the shoulders onto the back. So resist this and pull. Pull your shoulders, like suction cup them right around. Good. And then inhale, straighten, take flight. Exhale, come back down. Lift your right leg again. Slightly bend the left leg. This time, go ahead, cross the right leg all the way over. Cross it over. I'm not able to wrap my leg without compromising the squareness of my hips, so I really flex that foot. Good, squeeze the inner thighs, arms out. You got it. Right elbow under left. Pull the shoulders onto the back. This is called Garudasana, eagle pose. So try not to fold forward. That's it. You can also have the right toes resting on a block or the ground for more stability. Breathe. That's it. Shoulders on the back. Elbows lifting up. Forearms coming forward. Any amount. But suction those shoulders on the back. Good. From there, with one inhale, take flight. And then come back to Tadasana. Namaste. Left side. Bend the left knee. Right. Bend the right knee. Cross the left over the right. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Arms out. Left elbow under right. Got it. Pull the shoulders back. Onto the back. Breathe. That's it. If you fall over, you just get back into your nest and right back into that. Okay? Breathing, holding, leaning into it. Leaning into it. One more breath. And then take flight. Go ahead, take flight out. And then come back to Namaste. You got it. All right. We've got one more little flow. I'm just going to put some of these poses together now. Okay, so standing Tadasana. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, hands down. Step back to high plank position. Melt the heart. Lower yourself all the way down. Your choice of cobra or upward facing dog. Lower back down. Press back up to downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward. Anchor your back heel down. Rise up. Warrior two. Get into your hips. Straighten the front leg. Good. Get deep into warrior two. Bring the front hand down. Extended side angle pose. Any arm variation. Pull your inner thighs back. Good. Come back up. Warrior two. Inhale, straighten your legs. Exhale, warrior two. Good. Bring that hand down to the floor or a block. Straighten the front leg. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Pull your thighs back, extend through your edges. Good. Come back to warrior two. Good. Lift your back heel. Lift the arms up, Anjaneyasana. Good. As you exhale, step your back foot forward to meet your front foot. You got it. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Cactus your arms. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, drop your heels, lift your arms. Two more. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, arms lift. One more. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, arms up. You got it. From there, lift your right leg up. Arms out. Right thigh over left. Right elbow under left. Eagle pose. Shoulders on the back. And then fly out. Good. Hands back to your heart. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down. Step back to plank pose again. Melt the heart. Shoulders on the back. Lower yourself down. Take your back bend, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, lower down. Press yourself back up. Downward facing dog. Good. Left foot will step forward. Anchor the back heel. Rise up to warrior two. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, get into your hips. Good. Bring the hand down, block or to the floor. Extended side angle pose, any arm variation. Come back up. Warrior two. Straighten the front leg, palms meet. Get deep into the hips. Bring the hand down again. Straighten the front leg. Lean into your breath. Lean into the extending out through the edges. Lean and get the shoulders on the back. Good. And then go ahead, come back. Warrior two, bend the front leg. Lift the back heel. Lift the arms up. Anjaneyasana. You got it. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, step the back foot forward into chair pose. Cactus your arms. Inhale your heels up as you inhale. Exhale, stretch the arms, drop the heels. Two more. You got it. You're doing it. Lean into it. Awesome. Lean into it. Right? From there, go ahead. Lift the left leg. Arms out. Left thigh crosses over right. Left elbow under right. Garudasana, eagle pose. Pull the shoulders onto the back. Breathe. Lean into this flow. And then go ahead, fly it out. Bring your hands back to your heart. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Oops. Exhale, fold over your legs. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step back to high plank. Shoulders on the back, lower yourself down. And from there, just roll over onto your backs. Super great work, everybody. Roll onto your backs. Pull your knees into your chest. Hi, Lester. Hi, Mahesh. Hi, Charles. Pull your knees into your chest. Nice and wide. Circle your knees to just give your low back a nice little massage. Take a deep breath in while you're here and a long breath out. Right? So we start to wind down. Whew. I don't know about you, but I'm sweating. Good. From there, just go ahead, pull your knees in, open your arms wide, palms down. Good. Take an inhale, just let your knees come slightly over to the right, and then before they touch, exhale back up. Your shins are parallel to your mat. So inhale over to the second side, and then exhale, come up. Try to keep your shoulders anchored, so you're using your core. Inhale, knees to the right. Exhale, center. Just do that several times, following your own breath. Follow your own breath. When you're done with that, go ahead. Next time your knees come over to the right, let them fall all the way over to the right. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, let go of all muscular effort. Just let it go. Let go of the effort, let go of the work, let go of the breath. So we are all in this process now of leaning into these challenges that face us. We don't really have a choice. Right? Let's go ahead, bring the knees back up, and second side over to the second side. Release all muscular energy through your feet, your ankles, and your legs. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth, sigh out. You're just going to start to rest in the beauty of your own practice. Release your legs into Shavasana. So bring your heels to the corners of your mat. Allow your feet to roll open. Arrange your hands so the palms are up by your side. Take a deep breath in. Take a long breath out. Rest into the weight of your body. Just relax and turn your heart towards the day. Turn your heart towards what you need. We lean into what we face so we can be propelled further along in this very unlikely, unplanned journey in this part of our lives. See if you can rest here at least 5 more minutes. If you can't, you just want to come to your seat and slowly transition into your day, you can do that. I'm so happy that you are here with me this morning. And on behalf of Balance in Webster, New York, thank you, Erica and Heidi, and the entire team there. However your day unfolds, whatever you need to lean into today, I wish you nothing but support and love. We'll take one more breath together. One more long exhale out. You can place your hands together or at your heart. Just turn your heart towards the day. Namaste.